Hello everybody, this is Demelza, Enrichment Coordinator here at Niabi Zoo, and I'm here with another Enrichment Matters segment. So today I'm going to be talking about permanent enrichment. So what is permanent enrichment? Well, it's not items that are in a habitat on a permanent basis. That would be furniture. Rather, it's enrichment items that we provide to our animals on a permanent basis through a randomized calendar system. So how do we do that? Well, we begin with an approved items list for every single species that is based on safety and what is appropriate for that species. We take that approved items list and it's input into a computer program that can then generate a randomized calendar. Now, why do we do our calendars on a random basis? Well, it's basically to add more spontaneity and less predictability to our enrichment. So what do these items include? Well, we target all of the five senses. So we have items that are visual in nature. It could be flags or posters or things like this that are placed outside of the habitat, but that add visual interest. We also have auditory enrichment, so it could be music or nature sounds that are played. We have taste enrichment, so it may be how we present or change a dietary food item, or maybe an approved item that's added to make it somehow different. We have olfactory enrichment, and that could be scents and spices and other such things that target the sense of smell. And then we have tactile enrichment, and those are items that an animal can touch and feel and interact with. So how many calendars do we run here at Niabi? Well, actually it's quite a lot because there is no one size fits all when it comes to enrichment. So I'd like to give you a rundown of our different sections and what calendars they have. So in reptiles, they have a calendar for snakes, turtles, lizards, the Aldabra tortoise, and also the coconut crabs. In the program animals section, they have a calendar for their mammals, for their birds. They have one for inverts and amphibians, and one for their reptiles. In the hoofstock section, they have a calendar for camels. They have one for giraffe. They have one for the zebra ostrich, the duiker, and then there are two calendars in the domestic animal area, one for the chicken and rabbit and the other for the remaining domestic animals. Now over in our biodiversity section, they have an aquatic calendar, one for their birds, one for their mammals, one for what we call the R's, which is rodents and reptiles, and then one for their middle mixed species habitats. Now in the primate section, they have a calendar for the tamarids, one for the colobus monkeys, one for the A-team, which is the wolf squin and then the Allen swamp monkey, and one for their gibbons. Now in the primate section, they also have a binturong, a Eurasian eagle owl, the armadillo, and the fennec fox at the moment, and they run calendars for those as well. Now in our cat carnivore section, they run a calendar for the red wolf. They have one for the bald eagle, one for the fennec fox. They also have a calendar for Pallas's cat, the lions, and then the cat house, which includes the snow leopards, Amur leopards, African leopards, and bobcats. So as I said, there's no one size fits all, but in general, the calendars follow a fairly similar system in that we present at least 3 items for most of our animals on a daily basis. Now, in general, they're going to get an olfactory item. They're also going to get a tactile item, maybe one or more, at least one or more, I should say. And then they're also going to get an item from the other category. So every day they should get something that covers at least 3, if not more, of the primary senses. And that basically covers the permanent enrichment that we do here at Niabi. We use a whole array of items to target those senses. And the reason we do that is to hopefully elicit natural behaviors. So our philosophy here is that we will use any item that is safe for our animals, and it could be man-made or natural, but that helps elicit these natural behaviors. So for example, in our cats, olfactory items are very important in that area, and they elicit appropriate natural behaviors such as the cats will be rubbing or scent marking and so on throughout their habitat. Another natural behavior that we like to encourage is foraging behavior, because in the wild, animals spend a significant portion of their time foraging. So here in captivity, we want to make it more challenging for them to get to their diet so that it adds interest and keeps them more active. So it may be an item that is some kind of puzzle feeder, or that just makes it take them longer to get to their regular diet, and therefore adds more interest and keeps them more active. So that is the basis to our permanent enrichment program. As I said, we run this 365 days a year. Our animals getting items, at least usually 3 per day. And we do this on a randomized calendar system and on a permanent basis. So that concludes today's Enrichment Matters segment, and I'll be back with another session at a later time.